Wong Kar-Wai is a genius. Romance, Lost, and canned pineapples. Yes, canned pineapples. Wong Kar-Wai creates a perfect process in making the most obscure things meaningful, especially canned pineapples. Before diving into specifics, it is important to know who Wong Kar-Wai is and what drove him into making multiple masterpieces such as Chungking Express, Fallen Angels, Happy Together, and In the Mood for Love. In the late 1950s, Wong started off as a scriptwriter, writing a few works such as Days of Being Wild, Just for Fun, and Ashes of Time. However, the film that gained national attention, Chungking Express, was one of the well-known films from Wong Kar-Wai that helped him become a well-respected Chinese filmmaker all over the world. Of course, it is important to take note that the works accumulated from the director before Chungking Express shaped his style of filmmaking. Without undermining his other masterpieces, focusing on Chungking Express helps give an overview of how the director views his other films that gain attention from the Western audience. Chungking Express is a film based on two stories that focuses on four main characters, two male cops, Cop 223, Cop 663, and two female protagonists, Faye and the woman in the blonde wig, who experience loss and hardship throughout the film. The film is a mix of violence, crime, and neo-noir romance. Even though the martial arts genre caused a booming gain in profit in the Chinese film industry during the time, Wong took a unique direction in how he would approach narrative film. Wong was so unique that even actor Tony Leung himself had a hard time guessing what the story was about when he was casted as the lead role in Wong's films.
嗰套就係永遠都唔話俾你聽嗰個古仔係咩咯，即係佢會等你自己去發現你個角色係咩，同埋你去發現個故事係。
Focusing back to Chungking Express, the film became one of the most influential foreign films for the cinema industry during the early 2000s due to the overall distinctive stylistic choices used by Wong, such as meaningful dialogues from the individual characters and use of angles and camera movement. Wong's unique style of dialogue used by the main characters is one of the reasons why Chungking Express is still loved and talked about today. The Blonde and Cop 223, the story of heartbreak and new love. Both stories from the film embody similar themes, but this cop experiencing heartbreak would definitely pull the heartstrings of the audience. In the scene where he desperately attempts to find the canned pineapple that has an expiration date of May 1st, he ends up being handed a full box of canned pineapples with random expiration dates from the store clerk. People like you are hung up on freshness as he stares down at the store clerk. Obviously, the worker stares at him weirdly as if he's some kind of madman. Through the eyes of the audience, however, it is obvious that there's more to it than just an expiration date. Wong uses smart wordplay such as embedding personification within the dialogue for the main character going through heartbreak. It is not just an expiration date of a canned pineapple. It is an expiration date of his past love. This is where the theme, everything comes with an expired date, comes in. The man stuffs himself with as many canned pineapples because the date, May 1st, is what brings him familiarity and comfort, something that is holding him back from moving on. As ridiculous as it sounds, this method of wordplay and the character's desperate actions provides a form of engagement for the audience. It is what makes the film more relatable and special. Even though stuffing himself with canned pineapples gave him extreme stomach pains, it ended up helping him move on and find light to a new beginning, which is the woman in the blonde wig. Personification also plays a big role in the story between Faye and Cop 663. The cop in the story also struggles with the process of moving on, so he would cope by talking to inanimate objects that represent his broken self. The worn-out rag filled with tears convey his heartstrings being pulled every time he arrives at home, an alone and empty household that used to be filled with company and love. However, later in the film, Faye's interest in him causes her to basically renovate his entire house, replacing his old rag with a new one. Faye was the key reason why Cop 663 began to work on himself, gaining confidence in entering a new chapter in his life and finding his new love. This is what makes the film memorable. The small details Wong implements within his unique works makes Chungking Express one of his most influential films in the industry today. Camera movements and use of angles is another aspect that Wong perfectly executed in this film. The director begins his film with unsteady camera movements with an extremely low frame rate. As mentioned in an interview from BCC Moving Pictures, Wong describes the setting of the film as confusing and fast with the crowded areas of the market.
This is the most busy place in Hong Kong. It's fast and it is confusing, Anything can happen.
The scenes shown in the film that uses the handheld camera style and rapid movements from the subjects in front of the lens create an illusion that time is going by quickly. As opposed to the protagonists, they feel like time would not end, as if time is what is against them. Wong takes advantage of the guerrilla style by making the opening sequence one of the most iconic sequences in foreign film history. He is one of the few directors who steps up the standard of narrative film. The director uses multiple visual elements such as smart wordplay and the unforgettable camera movement to make Chungking Express one of the best foreign films in cinema history. The beauty of Chungking Express exceeds expectations and will leave people in awe. After all, it is up for the audience to decide the meaning behind the story.